Good evening. Yeah, I do have some really good news on one thing. Well, the dark web, almost in its entirety, is in white hat control. What happened is at one point, maybe even as recent as 10 years ago, the volume of illicit black market traffic and web activity either matched the current size of web traffic on the so-called legit webs, the internet, or exceeded it. The dark web, quote unquote, is now less than 5% of the entire volume of internet traffic. That's also a chunk of what Project Odin is all about. All right, this is how these people were operating. They are being choked the fuck out financially. I decided to do some snooping and looking around too. There's only one legit gateway of getting into the dark web, and that's called Tor Project. Guess what? Tor Project is white hats. Anytime you want to go through there, if you think you're going to buy something really awful, or if you're going over there to get some credit card numbers or whatever, your ass is being recorded. And guess what? On top of it all, these are decoy honey trap type situations here. Now there's a little better E. Anyways, one of the things that we really screwed up and took the eye off the ball on is every single major corporation that has their website hosted, regardless of who the hosting company is, the domains are rooted and registered with the People's Republic of China. Like if you go to jcpenney.com or Verizon or whatever it is, these are considered import-export situations, and all of these website domains, because they are not rooted in the mainland of China, but they are in another country, they are handled by the Import-Export Finance Minister of the Communist Party of the People's Republic of China. We're completely at fault for letting happen. That's why if you work for one of these said corporations, you're treated a certain way, one way or the other. You are no more, all of us here on this freaking planet, according to this group, are human assets. No more than that. Just chattel, fill a chair, do a job. Your worthiness is based on what you do for the cabal. This is their last stand. It's being drawn out, squeezed out, pushed out, whatever have you. All right? At one time, at least, there is a hacking group, okay, working for the cabal that has gone on and has been able to successfully grab databases of every single major freaking corporation. That's why sometimes, and I've done this a few times as an experiment just to verify and re-verify. Well, one thing, the company I work for actually has a problem where the IT section of the service provider is doing a side business in India, giving call centers these databases, customer lists, whatever the hell you want to call it. And in this case, this includes customers' business profiles, banking, and etc., etc., etc. This is why they will able to, let's just say, if you apply a job legitimately through somewhere, you get some nefarious foreign buttfuck writing you saying, oh, thank you for your application. There's ways that they say that. Kindly regards is a British foreign interpretive of what the Indians think we talk over here. I don't say kindly regards over here. I'm in American English, so I don't say kindly regards. So there's clues all over the freaking place. And if you are applying for a job or conducting business legitimately, and you do not get an email or a response from the domain of the website of the company you're doing business with, it's always you're dealing with a fake artist. And they are good. They are able to go through the servers and go through the other company's systems to find out exactly who the customer bases are so that they can go through, utilize the company's systems, get to the customers through the customer base, and therefore you get weird pop-up messages that are unrelated to the company that you are inquiring or doing business with. Every single major corporation has had their lists dug up and given and sold to these call centers, and also other places like the People's Republic of China. There is some certain things they are getting a percentage of the money that's generated from these lists. That's a back deal that nobody will tell you about, that nobody has told you about because they wanted to keep it hush-hush. That is one thing. But in the meantime, as I did some exploring over a few days, amongst some of the other funny videos that I did, the whole thing, the dark web, is a complete sponge trap, okay? If you are going to go there and say, oh, you get some drugs over there, blah, 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 don't. You're as good as going to federal prison, okay? It is a honey trap. Nowadays, some of the white hats are doing is they're putting up phony lists of phony credit card numbers, phony info, and this is their way. What they're doing, these badass people are doing, is they're grabbing these call center people over in Bengal or Punjab, which is a merchant section of India, or Philippines. The Philippines, not so much, but India, they're hustlers, man. It's not being racist or disrespectful. They're hustlers. They will do what they have to do. And there's no rules in regards to their realm of business. A lot of these, there's over 300 or 400 of these call centers over in India that are exploiting these lists to hell. And obviously this has happened with a complete allowance, so to speak, or so they think, to a certain degree, with the elements of the fraud fake administration. Okay, they are powerless. The reality is, I don't know why people don't realize this, they are powerless. If you know, I'm not trying to float over another subject, but if you see how President Trump gets in and out of somewhere, there's a detail behind him. There's a detail in front of him. There's legit stuff, okay? You got to get on the ball here, that if you don't realize this, that things, you never wake up, okay? That fake Biden, the third, whatever they're using for Biden, don't have a security detail, don't have Secret Service, don't have this, don't have that. And if I may remind again, in 21, before the fraud administration was fake inaugurated, there was a test done. We gave these bozos some fake intel, which they bounced over to the CCP PROC, which, in chance, okay, what'll happen is, it was caught real time. And what did that do? Boop, 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 boop. 40 people lost their federal fucking clearance. Bang, right off the pop. Good crap. See, what happens is the situation is they know the enemy well enough that they will make them go out there, shit their pants, scream loud enough, and hang themselves without any effort or involvement from anybody. And that's the way you do things. But anyways, that all that shit lost its federal clearance. So with that, and the closure of the United States Corporation, these people aren't in D.C. doing this, that, or the other thing. They're not anywhere where it's being represented. Everyone bought this shit hook, line, and sinker. And they know that there's a very tiny minority of people that know about the Constitution, the way things work, blah, 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 so on. So they just went rampant, run over with it, okay? But, like, back to the dark web stuff, okay? Okay, there's legitimate groups in there. They're just people that are just bullshit about what goes on Facebook, about censorship, so on and so on. There's groups that are just sitting there speaking their mind. They're constitutionally honoring their free speech, and they're not bothered. And the fact that they're not bothered was a pow. It's like, okay, something good's going on here. So you look into stuff further, and they're just indicators that these are traps. They are smoking gun honeypot traps, just luring these desperate criminals to try to do this, because guess what? Even the act of blah, 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 whatever it is considered a crime. And if it's a threshold that's met, you've violated EO 13848, which is Crimes Against Humanity, and you'll either go to Gitmo, XPL Honduras, or you'll be going to Tierra del Fuego, one of the 3 nice, wonderful holding places we have for the worst pieces of shit that run around the planet. Okay? That's number 2. And like I said, you can just tell. I mean, anytime that you go, if you're stupidly interested in going into the dark web just to see what's going on, you are going to be watched, okay? There's no doubt about it. It's in our hands. Crypto. The fact that we grabbed them main servers of all this shit back about a year and a half ago, boof, in our control. There's a base that's gone, so boom, 3,000 fuckers dead, gone. The accessible submarine base is more like a big turd. It's a memory now, okay? That's part of things going on, which means if you have crypto or if you have invested in crypto, you are a dumb fuck across the damn board, okay? Crypto was designed in 2007 and launched by Alphabet Supers to undermine and devalue the economy and the strength of the fiat dollar, and also create an alternative fiduciary channel for handling their bullshit business, no matter what it is. Okay? Another thing, the really, really, really horrible pages and sites on Facebook and whatever, they're gone. They're gone. Number 2, and this is number 5. This is a big doozy here. There is no more adrenochrome production, sales, marketing, whatever. It's been smoked off the dark web. Gone. Devil can go fuck himself. Okay? That coincided with the other deal that there's an elite group that had turned on the situation, and there's no more. If you look to see the layers and how deep things are, it's a pecker bender. You have to have a complete open mind, because we're still not done unpeeling the onion yet. We're in clarity and revelations times. The revelations times are about to be over. The clarity is probably going to be, well, we're already there. We're starting to see like, oh, wow, this is why this, blah, 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 and so on and so on. Everything's been shown to us. 6, the influencers. If you were stupid enough to get into a subscription or buy something from one of these people, the pedophiles that act like they're Christians, that have big houses, or people acting like basketball coaches, or somebody that's acting like your favorite cowboy singer stereotype, whatever the hell it may be, these are all people working under a DARPA contractor, okay? They've been out there even before they frauded the election. They were watched being out as part of that. But believe it or not, you can call me a liar, whatever. There are 2 individuals that have created a gigantic concurrent operation. And everyone's called these 2 grifters, but they are white hat all the way. And that's Charlie Ward and Simon Parkes. The only bad thing about Simon Parkes is when I listen to him, it makes me want to sleep. He's got a voice. He could be reading children's books, much less doing stuff like this. But they are legit. They're running concurrent operations all over the place. And some of these folks are eventually not going to be around, okay? Another bad insult is the way that these influencers, quote-unquote, wear crosses and they act Christian, this, that, and the other thing. That is a purposeful insult, sticking someone with a pedophile record or this problem or that problem in that situation and representing them as Christians, because they believe as people start looking into them, they'll throw them under the bus fast. People are going to say, wow, Christians are pedophiles and this and that. That's the purpose. Don't be stupid and fall for them just because you got a twang their voice or something like that. That's an insult to people in the South, too, you stupid bastards. Okay? I mean, don't. Do your own fucking research. If you're stupid enough to have gotten a subscription for that, or one of their gold quiz schemes, or whatever, pyramid, myriad, whatever the problem is, you're funding the cabal. You're funding the potential death of your nation. But that's not going to happen, because nutcases like me, hello, we're the Republic. I'm the Republic. Other people like me are the Republic. Other patriots around the globe are the countries and nations' patriots that they represent for. A land is a border, and it is his area, but guess what? We are the Republic, okay? People, oh, America's dying. I'm not dead. I'm doing just fine and dandy. Other people aren't dead either. We didn't lay down. We didn't do this or that or the other thing. We're the fucking Republic. And that's what matters. We are the boss. And I mean, another thing I get so fucking tired of seeing or hearing, and it is apathy. Oh, I don't have the strength to do this or do that. You have the fucking strength if you got snapped up and put in some labor camp and told to do this or that for about 4-ounce cup of dirty fucking moldy rice in the morning. Yeah. And then be thinking, oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas need to step aside, okay? And keep the damn mouth shut, because they're as bad as the others that don't want to take any constitutional, structured, lawful action. What the fuck is the problem? I mean, what's going on cannot accomplish anything if we are sitting on our asses scared and allowing our human minds and bodies to be indoctrinated and MK Ultra daily. Turn the fucking TV off. I don't care. Turn the fucking radio off. Get a book. Investigate. Look into things deep. And even if you see something deeper, just keep going, because we're not quite there yet. We got a good 2/3 of it down the pike, but there's a lot more to go through. And another thing. another clue that these people are not who they claim to be is if they keep spouting the fake COVID bullshit. Coronavirus. There's no fucking coronavirus, okay? Anything that had potentially been developed was smushed before it even got released. And again, the miscalculation on the backside is we figure, oh, that would be the end of it. No, we goofed. They went all in and accelerated their Luciferian plans. And we got this, but it was miscalculated. They went all in it. And guess what? I would say a good 90% of this country and the world got suckered into thinking there was a virus and people were dying for a virus that didn't exist. Think about that. How dumb is that shit, okay? That's why they don't want you to read, write, or do this or do that. Be distracted with fake manufactured racial problems, which the government is the only and sole proprietor of race division ever since our inception of this country. And the majority of this shit came after the Organic Act's implementation, because boop, oh, KKK now in the South, okay? And all this other crap going on. That did not happen until after the Organic Act, because the British wanted a fucking guarantee that we wouldn't become a strong society. But guess what? The crown's sucking the devil's dick right now. Optics, optics, optics.